Hello friends, welcome to my channel English classes. Today I will discuss the comparative study of tense except the four tenses, that is simple past, simple present, past continuous and present continuous, because I have already discussed these four tenses in my earlier video. So I will discuss all the other tenses in this video except future perfect and future perfect continuous tense, because these two tenses are rarely used. Still, if you want to have discussion on these two tenses, you can write in my comment section, then I will discuss about those tenses if you write. But today in this video I will discuss all the other tenses. So let's start. The comparative study of tense, the present perfect and past perfect. See, the comparison I have made here, the rule is of present perfect is subject have oblique has as per the subject. You need to write have or has as per the subject, and then the third form of verb. The third form of verb and then the object. For example, Rakesh is the subject here. Then has I have written has, because has Rakesh as the subject is third person singular number. For that reason has should be written. Rakesh has now written. The third form is, you see, third form is write, wrote, written. The third form of verb is written. Written, object is a letter. This is the very sentence is written in present perfect tense, and this very sentence has followed this very rule. Similarly, you can see the rule of past perfect tense. The rule of past perfect tense is subject, had, the third form of verb, and then the object. You see that the comparison is, wherein lies the comparison? Comparison is subject, here is also subject, then have oblique has, here I have written had. Only herein lies the difference. The past tense of have or has is had, as we know. And then see the same thing. The same thing is here also. Third form of verb, object, here is also object. So, we see here the very comparison of these two tenses and how similar these two tenses are. How similar these two tenses are. Subject, third form, object, subject, third form, object. Only you need to write have or has in present perfect and had in past perfect. So I have written the example here. Rakesh, subject is Rakesh, then had, third form of verb is written, as I have written here, written is third form of the verb. Then a letter. Rakesh had written a letter before his father came. Now before his father came, this very portion of this sentence is, has been written with intentionally, because you see that in past perfect tense should be written in such a way, in some special condition. We can't write that Rakesh had written a letter and then full stop. We should not write Rakesh had written a letter then full stop, because past perfect is such a tense, just listen it attentively, that whenever two past actions took place, at that time the earlier action should be written in past perfect tense, and the later action, that means the very action that took place later, that very action should be written in simple past tense. Understood? I repeat, if two actions took place in our earlier, in past time, then the very earlier action, the very action that took place earlier, that very action should be written in past perfect tense, and the latter action should be written in simple past tense. For example, you see here, Rakesh had written a letter before his father came. Now herein lies the two actions. That is had written and came, coming of his father and writing of letter. You see, Rakesh had written a letter before his father came. That means Rakesh had already written the letter before his father's arrival. At first Rakesh had written a letter, then his father came. So the very earlier action should be written in past perfect tense. So just know it that we should not write a simple past tense in past perfect tense. That means we should not write Rakesh had written a letter full stop. We should not say that I went to school, or we should not say that I had gone to school full stop. Instead, we should say I went to school. So I think you have understood the very compared study of present perfect and past perfect tense. Now let's come, one golden rule. This golden rule is very important. You see that in my earlier video, if you have subscribed my channel, then you will have a look on my earlier video, or if you want, you can go to the search option of YouTube and just look for my earlier video. That is also same on the same topic. But in the earlier video, I have already given the golden rules. The golden rules are very important. It is very important if anyone can remember these golden rules, then these golden rules will surely enable him, help him to write the sentence correctly. So herein lies the golden rules. Just see it and just memorize it properly. Perfect. Whenever you will see about, or you will write about some perfect tense, that means the third form. You need to write the third form of verb. You need to write the third form of verb in perfect tense. And I have already stated the golden rules of present continuous and past continuous, simple past and simple present. I have already given the golden rules. I think you should watch that video also, so that you will be able to know the golden rules. So here you see that present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. I have made the comparison. Herein you see, as I have said, that perfect means you need to write the third form of verb. I just want to prove this thing. Herein lies the perfect tense. So wherein lies the the third form? Here. Been is the third form of verb. Herein also see past perfect continuous. The third form is been. BWN. Been is third form of the verb. So let's start. That present perfect continuous. The rule of present perfect continuous is subject have oblique has, then been should be written, then V1 plus ing, and then object. The rule is, I repeat, the rule of present perfect continuous is subject, then have oblique has. Have oblique has means, that means you need to write any one verb as per the subject. Subject have oblique has, then been should be written, then V1 plus ing. You need to add ing with the first form, V1 form of the verb, and then the object. But remember this thing, herein also lies the golden rule. Remember very carefully that whenever you are asked to write some perfect continuous tense, any perfect continuous tense, be it present perfect continuous or past perfect continuous or future perfect continuous, whenever you are asked to write some or say some example of perfect continuous tense, that means you should compose a sentence, you should write a sentence that should have some time duration. Time duration is very important. That is, with time duration. With time duration. That means in perfect continuous tense, you need to have some time duration. What is time duration? I will discuss. In present perfect continuous tense, you see the rule is subject. Here example Rakesh is the subject, then has, as per the subject, has is written, then been should be written, V1 plus ing, V1 write is the first verb form, and ing has been added, writing a letter for half an hour. For half an hour. So this is the very duration of the tense. Now you see that in past perfect continuous tense, the rule is subject. The example I have also given, Rakesh had been, V1 plus ing, writing a letter for half an hour. So the comparison is, the comparative study I have said you, the comparison is the same thing, subject, been, V1 plus ing, V1 plus ing, object, object, time duration, time duration. Only the difference is, the only difference is in present perfect continuous, you need to write have or has, and as it is past perfect continuous, you need to write the past form of have and has, that is had. Had should be written, nothing else. You just do one thing. If you are beginning to learn tense, then you can do one thing, that you can follow the rules and just try to compose 1, 2 or 3 or 4 sentences following the rules only. Okay, following the rules, just try to write it down. Then it will be easier for you to grab the tense properly. So these are the comparative study of these 4 tenses, and 2 more tenses I will discuss. It is simple future. Simple future, the rule of simple future is subject and then shall or will and then V1 and then the object. Example is subject, let us take Rakesh. Then shall, it is, you know that very often students ask this question, that when should we use shall or will. Now generally, or in most cases, we use the second one, will. Okay, but it is said, the strict grammarians in it, earlier it is said that shall should be used only with I and we. Shall should be used only with I and we. With I and we, shall should be used. Now it is not nowadays this very rule isn't followed so strictly. Now we can use will with I and we also, but I think I will discuss about this matter in my another video. There are some words, that there are some some things are there that should be said anyway. So let me set that Rakesh subject, then will, then V1 is verb form, the first form of verb, write a letter. And number 6, future continuous. Future continuous, the rule is subject, then shall or will, then B should be written, then V1 plus ing, and then the object. Example is Rakesh will be writing a letter. So you see that the rule of simple future is subject, then shall or will, V1 plus object. Example is Rakesh is subject, then will, V1 write a letter is object. Future continuous, subject Rakesh, shall will, B is here, V1 plus ing, that means write plus ing, writing, object a letter. Now up to here, now one thing last word I want to say you, that as you know that in mathematics there are formulas, there are rules. Grammar is also a kind of mathematics. So, and you need to memorize these rules properly. If you can't memorize these rules properly, then it will be easier, it will be difficult for you to write correct sentences. So I request you to just follow the rules and try practicing these rules. And one last thing I just want to say, that if you like this video, please give a like, and if possible please subscribe my channel, because you know that every human being needs some encouragement to flourish, and I am also a human being, so I also need your encouragement. So if you encourage me, then I will be able to do these sorts of videos, more and more videos. So I hope you will give a like and subscribe my channel. So thank you a lot. Thanks a lot.